morning. Happy day 2 of vlogmas. I'm off work today, so I kind of don't have anything going on, but I am about to sit for my ceremonial cacao and meditation time and journaling and stuff like that. So let's go. So I'll just sit here, do a little journaling, a little meditating, and then, yeah, drink my cacao, which is over there now. So I have this little tree that I decorate every year with my own little ornaments that I usually display in my room. My room's set up differently this year, so I don't really have a whole lot of like space to display a tree, but I was thinking of like moving that from that bookshelf and putting it up there. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm still gonna decorate it. This is just, I got this at the Dollar Tree, I'm pretty sure. In the past years, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was the Dollar Tree. I got it very cheap, and it's just like the perfect little tabletop tree. I haven't really been watching any Christmas movies yet this year. Last year, I think I watched like Elf with my dad, and I think that was pretty much, I think I watched the Santa Claus movies, but last year I didn't watch my favorite Christmas movie, which is The Family Stone, which is like one of the saddest, depressing movies. And not to begin with, like the majority of the movie is not sad and depressing, but it is sad at the end. Spoiler alert, I'm not gonna tell you why, but I love that movie. I love that movie. It's like my favorite Christmas movie. So I am definitely gonna watch that this year. So far this year, I have watched like 20 to 30 minutes of like the beginning of random Hallmark Christmas movies, and they're all horrible. Like, I cannot get into Hallmark Christmas movies. I just find that the male leads are so unlikable, and I'm like, I just don't get it. Anyway, look at these cute little guys. They are salt and pepper shakers, I think. They have holes in the top of their heads. These were my grandmother's, so they just get displayed. And then, let's see, have I watched? So I haven't really watched any Christmas movies yet this year. I was looking to see like where some of my favorite Christmas movies were being streamed, and some of my favorite Christmas movies are the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen, despite the fact that I don't really like Tim Allen. But I do have a very like nostalgic feel for those movies. So I looked to see like where they're being streamed, and they're being streamed on Disney Plus. And I don't have a subscription for Disney Plus, but I was like, well, you know, for the month of December, so that I can watch these movies, I'll pay for this subscription. And here's my little Coca-Cola polar bear ornament. Went to look to see what other Christmas movies Disney Plus had, and saw that they have a mini series of the Santa Claus called The Santa Clauses, and it has Tim Allen in it. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize when I first started watching it that all the episodes aren't out. Like, you have to wait a week, which is, you know, fine. It's good. Oh yeah, this is I have a lot of these little Dalmatians. They're so cute. So you have to wait a week to like watch a new episode. It's silly. Like, obviously it's silly. And like there's some like comments about, you know, how, you know, Tim Allen, like as Santa Claus, makes a comment about how, you know, saying Merry Christmas is problematic these days. And it's just like, oh, come on, dude. Like, get over yourself. This cute little angel. So there's like random little comments like that. It's not too much, but the general like theme of the movie is very silly, obviously, but I am enjoying it. And so the other day, I guess it would be like last Thursday, because the new episodes come out on Wednesdays, so I'm hoping it's already out today. I'll watch it later. Last Thursday, for some reason, I was just having a very emotional day. And my friend Sophia was like, well, you've had kind of a stressful couple of weeks. It's okay to be emotional. And so something like random in that morning had like made me tear up, you know, feel emotional. And then I decided to watch the new episode of The Santa Clauses. And I like got emotional watching this episode because the whole the story arc is that people are believing in not necessarily Santa, but the Christmas spirit. Everyone's losing their Christmas spirit because of consumerism, that sort of thing. And so at the North Pole, we find out that elves survive off of Christmas spirit. So if everyone's losing their Christmas spirit, the elves like start to like disappear. And for whatever reason, like that made me emotional. I was like tearing up watching it. Like, it's so silly, but like I said, I was very emotional that day. And so then I decided to take it a step further after that episode and watch the documentary called The Rescue, which is about the Thai soccer team, like the children who got trapped in the caves for like 15 days. And the documentary is really intense, especially if you have claustrophobia, because they show like footage of cave divers like squished between like rocks and stuff, and like I don't know, like the footage of it was really intense. And then the story along with it is also really intense because these boys are surviving in a cave for 15 days, like, and like I highly recommend the documentary. It's really interesting, but it's very intense. And I cried throughout the entirety of it because, like I said, very emotional that day, but also it was a really intense story. This cute little ballerina bear. She's so cute. She's really heavy though. So for this little tree, it's not ideal. She like pulls it down. So yeah, hopefully I like get into the mood to like watch some Christmas movies in the coming days, in the coming weeks. I mean, it is only the 14th right now. I have time. I have been watching, it's called Better Than Us, and it's a Russian like futuristic series. There's only one season, 16 episodes. And it deals with like AI robots, and there's this new AI robot that's like the most advanced, and it's empathetic, and it like learns your family's emotions to like better serve it and stuff like that. I'm not necessarily recommending this series, I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna keep watching until the end, but I'm not like super into it. I'm curious about like what the story is and where it's going, but I'm only watching one episode a day because by the end, like the episodes are long too. They're like 50 minutes, and so by the end, I'm like, okay, I'm good for the day. Also, because it's in Russian and you have to read the subtitles, like that, you know, you can't be doing anything else. You have all of your attention has to go on watching it. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. Reason. Oh yeah, and then I totally forgot I had these. My friend Katie sent me the office ornaments one year, just within the last couple of years. Well, happy birthday, Jesus. Sorry your party's so lame. I guess these go on here too. Sure. They're kind of big, but that's okay. I forgot I had these. I'm glad I opened these up. Cheer or fear, impish or admirable. There's Dwight dressed as Krampus. This one I don't display because it's not a great ornament. It just says Dunder Mifflin with a Christmas tree. Not a great one, but that's okay. And then here's Stanley. Season's greetings. Do not care. And then the last one is of Kevin sitting on Michael as Santa. Merry Christmas. That's all I have for this little tree. I have lights for it, but I'm just like not gonna get into that. I don't know. I don't have the true desire to do it, and I don't have the energy. I'm not feeling great. So this is it. And that's okay. So now I've got it displayed right there, next to a picture of my parents on their wedding day. Aww. Yeah. Okay, it's not the best tree, but it's mine and I love it, so. Okay, a couple of things. I walked around the backyard and like I mentioned, I've only really been able to do like 10 minutes at a time, but I was feeling pretty good. So I like pushed through and I did about 20, which is amazing. And I was like feeling really good. And then I decided to go sit in the sun for a little while. And so when I went out to the front door, I saw that we had a package. And every year around Christmas, my aunt and uncle send like those Pepperidge Farm boxes that have like the meats and cheeses and like nuts and chocolate, like fancy mustard, like stuff like that. Well, I really like there's like always like a little box of like 4 separate like I don't know the names. They probably have a special name, but they're like little cakes. And I always look forward to those. No one else in my family likes them, so I don't have to like fight anyone for them. And those are the only things that I really like aside from nuts, I guess, but I don't eat any of the meat or cheese. So I always look forward to those little things. So anyway, when I went out to go sit outside, I saw that package had been delivered. And like my mom and I just like either last night or the night before, like really recently, had been like, I wonder if we'll get that package this year. But it's always a tradition that we do like look forward to because we like the stuff that's in it. Anyway, so it showed up today and I like brought it in and I like showed my mom. I was like, we were just talking about this. And so I like opened it up and I don't know why. I don't know why the box has changed. Like, we've been getting this box in the mail every Christmas for as long as I can remember. But for some reason this year, instead of the little cakes that I like, it's like a bag of chocolate buttons, which is basically just M&Ms. So I was real bummed. I was like, dang it. Like, the one thing that I was like looking forward to, I don't know. They changed it for some reason. Maybe it has some like supply chain issues or something. I don't know. But within that box, there's also like these round, like solid chocolates. And I foolishly took one. And when I went outside to sit in the sun for a little while, I ate that, which was so stupid of me because I have been for like weeks now, like several weeks, maybe 4 weeks, maybe almost 4 weeks. I've been so sick. And so I have not been eating anything like chocolate. I did drink, you'll see, a little mini Coke. I am into this. So I have been having like sugar, I guess. But this is a mini Coke and it's halfway full. That's all I drink of them. So it's really not that much. Anyway, I ate that piece of chocolate, solid chocolate. And ever since then, I have felt horrible. Like, I feel dizzy and kind of shaky and just sick. And so I'm like, that was such a stupid move. Like, my body is not ready for that kind of sugar, that kind of chocolate, I guess. Anyway, so I'm laying down and I'm gonna watch the new episode of the Santa Clauses that I told you about earlier. And one thing I didn't mention was that in the movie, or in the series, Tim Allen's character, he has a daughter now. Because if you remember from the Santa Claus movies, he has a son, a little boy, who now in the series is a grown man. But between now and the movies, his character, like in the universe, has had 2 more kids. And they're teenagers now. And the girl is Tim Allen's actual daughter, like in real life. And I just think that's cool. I think that's cute that they're like in the movie together. She does pretty good too. So anyway, I'm gonna watch it and I'll let you know how it goes. Guys, I do not know what happened. So I watched the episode like I said I was going to, and spoiler alert, not a spoiler alert, but is the last episode. So there's only 6 episodes of that series, just FYI if you decide to watch it. And I hate when I don't know going into the episode that it's the last episode of like any series. I hate that because I feel like finales need more of a focus. Like, it needs a special kind of attention from me for me to like really appreciate it. And so I went into it just watching it thinking there was like gonna be maybe 10 episodes. I don't know. I should have known that because they were wrapping things up. I should have just known. So anyway, it was the finale and it was good, you know, but I wish I would have just known that it was the last episode. I did get emotional in one part when there's like a reunion of 2 characters who had been separated, and that was nice. And then after that, because I just was not feeling good, like I said, after that, I talked to a friend on the phone for a little while, which was nice, and then I made dinner. And I was feeling good. At that point, I was feeling better. And so I started eating and almost like immediately started having like a panic attack. It was so weird. It came out of literally nowhere. It just like my dizziness got bad all of a sudden again. And my heart started to race and just like it was anxiety. It was just anxiety. It was a panic attack out of nowhere. I don't know why. I have no idea. I just like all of a sudden started to feel horrible, but like an anxiety panic attack. So I ended up taking my anxiety med, which I am reluctant to do. I try not to take it if I can. But it was like, because the panic attack came on so suddenly, like if it were an anxiety attack where it's like gradually building up, there are skills that I have that I can do, different things to like try and manage it, try and pull me out of it. And if after all of those it like spikes into like a full-blown anxiety attack, then I'll take the medication. But when it comes to a panic attack where it comes out of nowhere and I'm suddenly feeling just like panic, dread, you know, horrible, I'm like not in a space where I can do any of those coping skills, so I have to take the medication. And so I took the medication, I laid down, just tried to breathe, and then after a few minutes I got up and went and sat in the kitchen with my mom because my mom brings me a lot of comfort, and so just like sitting in the same room with her is very grounding. And like, we don't even have to be talking. I just like sit there and, you know, I told her like, I'm just having a big wave of anxiety. I just need to sit here for a moment, and she gets it. I'm so grateful for that. You know, I can't imagine not having my mom. So my night has ended weirdly. I'm like, I don't know what that was. Having a panic attack where it like comes out of nowhere is so unsettling because you're like, what was even happening? Like, I was having a good evening. I watched a good show. It wasn't like scary or anything. It was about Santa Claus. And then I talked to my friend on the phone, and then talked to my nephew in the kitchen while I made dinner. And then I ate my dinner, and that's when it all started. So I don't know. But thankfully it didn't last very long. I mean, I still feel kind of weird. And I'm sleepy, but it is, you know, almost bedtime for me, and so I think I'm gonna get ready for bed. I gotta finish this editing so that it can start to upload and process and be ready to go tomorrow morning. But yeah, thanks for coming along with me on day 2 of Vlogmas. These are just, as always, very low key, like, anyone that watches knows not to expect anything. But I do enjoy doing it. And earlier today, I rewatched a video from March, and it just made me so happy. Like, I really do these mainly for me because I forget so much, and it's nice to have it. I don't know. I was like rewatching the video from March, and I was just like, I was struggling so much, but I'm also like in the video talking about how I'm going to try and be more positive. And like, I don't know, it was like comforting to watch myself. So I don't know. These are for me, but I'm glad that you're here if you're watching, and I hope you get some kind of enjoyment out of it. Anyway, be safe, be well. I hope you find ways to enjoy your life, and I will see you in my next video, which will be tomorrow for day 3 of Vlogmas. Bye, guys.